So one of my favorite books, actually, on cocktails in general is called Imbibe. It's by David Wondrich. David Wondrich is sort of kind of the most well-known cocktail historian these days. He's, he writes a column for Esquire magazine, and he's kind of the guy who really dives in deep. And he's at Tales of the Cocktail every year, giving seminars. But this is I want to say maybe it's the first cocktail book that ever won the James Beard Award, so that's kind of a big deal. But it's a really cool history. The first half of the book is about Jerry Thomas, who's kind of the first sort of celebrity bartender. He's kind of the first famous guy to mix drinks. And then the second half is really just sort of kind of a brief history of a lot of sort of classic cocktails, and everything from like the Sazerac, Manhattan, Martini. There's actually a whole appendix in the back about the 4 different origin stories of the Martini. So that's kind of cool.
There's also a foreword by my boyfriend.
Gail DeGroff, exactly. So he's an interesting character. If you've never seen David Wondrich speak or read the stuff that he writes, I find him to be hilarious. He's kind of dorky too. He's a huge researcher.
Incredibly nerdy, but he's so excited to talk to you about everything that he knows and does.
He's the kind of guy who gets you excited about it because he's so excited about it, and I think he's funny and witty, and it's a fun read. So, cool. Imbibe is the one.
Sam, didn't you share a cigarette smoke?
I did. I saw David Wondrich smoking a cigarette outside, and I panicked and ran around to everyone in the bar until I found a cigarette so I could go outside and ask him to borrow a lighter so I could talk to him. True story.
Wow.
And he's an incredible. He's super kind, super generous. He loves what he does, and he wants everyone else to love what they do too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, if there's a guy who's everywhere, it's probably David Wondrich. I mean, he had a hand in the dry curacao from Pierre Ferrand. He helps with the research, and he has his name on a lot of labels of spirits and things that are being brought back to the market right now, because he is just the foremost authority on history of spirits or people or anything related to this.
And he's humble to a point that I don't think humble's the right word to talk about him, because he's just he loves it so much that he doesn't know how to be humble, because he doesn't know he's doing anything. He just wants to do it.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a very, very cool guy.
Unlike me.
You'll probably hear him referenced a lot in this little meeting too.
Huh.
So the book we've got here, kind of pretty easy tie-in here, is by Dale DeGroff, who has been dubbed King Cocktail. You could argue that he's the modern-day Jerry Thomas. He is responsible for bringing back fresh juices and cocktails and kind of starting this whole revolution back into quality cocktails, good drinks. We had a period there for a while where everything was getting really bright and really sweet, and he kind of brought it back down to earth. This book I love and I recommend for anyone who's starting into bartending or into the industry just in general, because as he titles it, it's everything you need to know to be a master bartender. A lot of books are focused on how many recipes can we pack into a book. He tells you what it takes to be a part of this world. It's not just a base of knowledge, although that helps tremendously. It's really a mindset. It's knowing what hospitality is. It's understanding quality and what it takes to put into your craft. Because, as a lot of these guys will tell you, there is being a, quote, mixologist, and there's being a good bartender. And being a good bartender is way more important. So yeah, it's a great read. There are a lot of recipes in here, obviously. And there's a lot of just fun anecdotes. I mean, when they talk about some of these martini cocktails or Manhattans or the stuff we're going to be talking about in here, there's fun little stories and some background in those things as well. So pick it up. You can get these books on Amazon dirt cheap. So.